Okay, let's try again. Maybe my computer will work right. Okay, so we're going to talk about our project. The project that we're doing for Math 100 this year is a project where you get to experience some of what it's like to be a statistician. You're going to collect data, and the data you're going to collect is very simply the ages of family members or friends or a larger community. You want a broad range in your data. In other words, you don't want everybody to be between the ages of 15 and 30. You want to have some young, some old, have a broad range of data. And that's what you're going to look for. So you get your data, and so when you get the data collected, you don't need to put down the name of the person in the data, but you'll probably want to put whether they're male or female. And the reason why is because if you don't, you won't be able to do some of the things you're asked to do. You're asked to tell what percentage of the people that you got the data from are male, or what's the ratio of male to female, which is why you need to put male and female down in your data. And it needs to go into the project this way so that I can look at it and verify your numbers. Okay. So I'm just sticking up some data here so you can see what we've got. Okay. I just did a few numbers. All right. So that's our data. And then since I have male and female written down, I've got 3 to 3. So that would be a 1-to-1 ratio so far. I would also have a 50% percentage because it would be 3 out of 6, making 50%. So those are some of the things you're going to do with the data. Another thing you're going to do with the data is do a grouped frequency table. And a group frequency table is going to be your group 0 to 10, 11 to 20, and 21 to 30, 31 to 35, and so on. And so we're going to look at this. If you use Excel and you just put your numbers down in a vertical format, you will then ask it to number it from least to greatest. And if you do that, it will put 3, 3, 4, 10, 26, and 35. So that would make it easier. 1, 2, 3, and 4 of these are in this category. Nobody's in this one. And 21 to 30, we have 1. And 1 is 31 to 40. This needs to be 40, not 35. Okay, so that's how it's grouped. Then this group frequency table that you have built on Excel is going to be used to build yourself a bar graph. And if you do it on Excel, Excel will do this for you. So you can just do it and then copy it and put it into your project here. So my 0 to 1 is right here, 0 to 10, 11 to 20, and 21 to 30, and 31 to 40. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, so this will be my first bar. None here, and then there's 1 here, and 1 here. Okay, so it will build you a bar graph, and they can be nice and colorful, which is kind of nice. Okay, another one it's going to ask to do is a pie chart. And again, on the pie chart, if you do it with Excel, it will do it for you, but this is 2/3 of a circle. Okay, so let's see. So this first one is going to be this, and then this is 1 and 1. Okay, and you can get them to do different colors. So you can build your pie graph from this group frequency table that you have done in your stuff. And so those are some of the first things it asks you to do. It asks you to take a percentage of males and then figure out how many people in a population of a certain amount would be males from that data. So you see, you're just doing various things with the data that you have accumulated. Then you're going to find the average. Remember, to find the average, you add up all the numbers and then divide by the total number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will be divided by 6. 10, 45, 55, 65, 66, 70, 73, 76. Okay, divide by 6 is 1, and that'll be 2 with 2/3, making 67. Okay, so that's going to be a 12.67 for the data I have for the mean. And then you're going to do the median, which would be the middle data value, and the range and the mid-range, and all these things you are going to learn about as we do our statistics, okay? So as we do them, if you start this right away at 10th lesson, you can keep adding to it till it's all done, and it won't be such a big job. And then we're going to look for the mode. 3 would be the mode because it's the most common. And then we have a page right there in the middle that you can see where it has n equals and an x with a line above it, a Q1, a Q2, a min and a max, and a Q3. Those values you will put in from your data. And you will learn how to do this. You're going to use that data to build yourself a box plot. And again, we will go over this when we get to it. How do you build a box plot? You're going to compare your mean and your median. Is it less than or greater than or equal? And what are the ramifications of that? We will cover that in the course. And then it asks, does this have any outliers? Well, 35 would be the closest thing to it in this data set because there's 9 there and only 1 here between those two. So we might say it's an outlier. That sometimes is a judgment call. And then is the data skewed? Well, if you have outliers, it often skews the data. If your mean and your median are not the same or almost the same, then it indicates that your data is skewed, either one way or the other. So this skewing of data is something that will be discussed later on in the course. The last thing major thing you're going to do on the project with your data is you're going to make a scatter plot. And because you're going to have your data listed from least to greatest, your data in your scatter plot is going to start this is the number of the person, in other words, number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and this one is your age, okay? So the number of the person is on the horizontal, the age of the person is on the vertical. So our data was number 1 had 3, okay, number 2 had 3, number 3 had 10, number 4 was, I forget what it was, but anyway, it was somewhere up here. Number 5 was like 26, and number 6 was up at 35, okay? Now, it's asking you to build a scatter plot with your data. And again, you can do this on Excel. Once you have done that, it asks you to take and connect the lowest value with the highest value. Draw a line between the two. And then using the ordered pair of this one, which would be 1, 3, and the ordered pair of the last one, which was 6, 35, figure out the slope, which you will also cover in your course. So you figure the slope of the line, and from that slope, you've got 35 minus 3 over 6 minus 1. This would be 32 over 5, which will give me a 6.4, okay? Then taking that and choosing one of our ordered pairs, you're going to have y is equal to mx plus b, which you will have learned in your course. I'm going to put, this is your m, because that's your slope, 6.4x. I'm going to use my ordered pair here, and we're going to figure out what our b is, and my y is 3. And again, you will go over this in the work that we will do. So this is going to be subtract my 6.4 from both sides, and I'm going to have b is going to equal 6.4 minus 3 will be a negative 3.4. So therefore, my equation for this line will be y equals 6.4x minus 3.4. Okay? That's one possibility. And you will do that for that equation. The next thing I asked you to do is to actually do a line of best fit. With a line of best fit, we are looking for a line that matches the data better. So I might want to draw my line like this, okay? And as you see, I actually got it through at least one other value here. And I don't remember what that one was, but it's 4 something, maybe 415, 420, I don't remember what it was. Okay? So now we're going to find the slope of this line. And again, we'll do the same process we just did with the first one. And then you ask yourself, which one is the better prediction of the ages of your family? And what you're looking at is how close to the line you drew will all of your data values be, okay? And hopefully this line of best fit is actually a closer approximation for projecting ages in your family than the oldest and the youngest would be. So that's another aspect of this project that you're going to do. Okay, the next thing. You're going to do some problems just dealing with a y equals mx plus b form of equation from real life. And you're going to tell what the values are. And the last thing, number 23 and 24 in the project, is you will actually do some research. And the first one says, look for real life examples of a linear model. This is our linear type of model equation. It's this right here. So you're going to look online or in books and find actual examples that use this type of an equation to predict things, to do things with it. So keep that in mind that that's coming. And the last one says, find 3 examples where statistics or charts or graphs have been used to be misleading to the people who look at them. And that's something we will also talk about as we go through the course. So this will not be new, but it is something that you will use as you're going through the course. So there it is. There's your new project. And it's really a lot of fun, but don't wait till the last day to work on it. If you work on it little by little as we come to it, it will make it a lot easier for you. So anyway, it's 3-4 pages long, but you'll enjoy it. Have fun.